Hey, what's good, y'all? I just watched the trailer for the Superman movie. I just want to come in here and talk to y'all about it, man. First and foremost, I just got to give y'all my immediate reaction. But before we even get into that, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and rock with the channel. Now let's get right to it, man. Superman just dropped his trailer. The first teaser, I know, a teaser of the teaser came out yesterday, just showing Superman flying in the air, saying "Look up." But the trailer today, a few things I took from it. First of all, I'm gonna score the trailer. 1 out of 10. I'm gonna give it. This is my honest reaction. I'm gonna give it like a 6. No, maybe a 6.5. It's above average. Again, it's a Superman trailer, so it's above average, so it's not a 5. But it didn't take me to the excitement of like what Marvel would do with Avengers, as far as like the Infinity War, Endgame, even the regular Avengers, or even just a Spider-Man No Way Home or Captain America Civil War. It just didn't give me that same. So my first thing was, when the trailer comes on, I see Superman hit the ground in the snow. He looks like he's where he's the Fortress of Solitude. And the first thing I noticed is like, I feel like I've seen this before. I feel like I've seen this exact scene before. I don't know if it's a Man of Steel or another Superman movie, but I feel like I've seen it before. So I was like, I don't know. But then they actually show Superman cut and bleeding, lip busted, bleeding, spitting out blood. I'm like, okay, they're going with blood. Right when the trailer kicks off, they're going with blood. So I'm like, PG-13, obviously. It's not going to be PG. I thought maybe they might be shooting for rated R, but PG-13 for sure. And after that, I'm wondering, like, okay, for Superman to be that beat up, some kryptonite has to be involved. I can't see Superman just getting that harmed. If a bullet can't even hurt him, a steel pole being broken over his head, that can't affect him. What would have him to bleed except for kryptonite being involved? And I'm assuming they show Lex Luthor with a gun later on. I'm assuming it's a kryptonite bullet. That's what I'm going to assume. So y'all heard it here first. Lex Luthor has kryptonite bullets, and that's what he's going to be using. So you see Superman beat up, and of course they start showing Lois Lane, Clark Kent moving throughout the Daily Bugle. Looks a lot like how it looked in Man of Steel, with Bruce Wayne. Sorry, not Man of Steel, Superman versus Batman. The Daily Bugle looked a lot like that, to where I'm like, okay, normal, diverse work crew, makes sense. And then Superman tries to whistle, and he calls his dog Crypto. As people know that James Gunn, of course, is putting Crypto in the movie. And I do like that trailer actually stated that it's James Gunn directing, and that instead of all his other accolades, they just went with the director of Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. So therefore, the person who doesn't know James Gunn will automatically know that, hey, this is the person who made Guardians of the Galaxy. So therefore, if you like that, the humor in that, the action in that, you should like this. But with that being said, Superman calls over Crypto. Crypto, I thought, would come flying in, but he came running in. I'm like, okay. And Crypto, I think could fly. So he has a cape on. So Crypto comes running in. As he comes running in, he then grabs Superman by his cape. And Superman's like, take me home, Crypto. Which I guess, of course, is a Fortress of Solitude. So Crypto starts dragging him. Again, I thought he might fly with him, but he starts dragging him. But other than that, no. So Nicholas Hoult, who plays Beast in X-Men, is going to be playing Lex Luthor in this. And I never mind my crossover from DC to Marvel actors. Never minded it. Henry Cavill could go both. Heck, Hugh Jackman could go both. I mean, I never mind the crossover between... they use a lot of characters in DC that they use in the Marvel world. I don't mind it. It's cool for me. But with that being said, they were showing, again, Lex Luthor as the bad guy. He had a gun. I'm assuming kryptonite bullets. They showed Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific, from my knowledge, I don't know a lot about him. I've seen him in a couple of DC animes, to where I thought he plays a good guy. He helps the Justice League. So don't know where this may come in, but they do show Mr. Terrific, played by, I forgot the black actor's name, but he's in it. It looked like I seen Hawkman. I think that's his name, Hawkman, or whoever I forgot the dude in Black Adam. The black guy plays Hawkman. It looks like I saw Hawkman in this. and a couple of other guys, man. This thing might be filled with some DC characters. You have that. You have what looks like a love story with Lois Lane showing. I think he grabs Lois Lane and he flies. I don't know if Lois can fly that fast with people, but I actually like the old school Superman where Christopher Reeves is taking Lois and they're flying. It looks like a little bit more slower. If Superman grabs Lois and Mach 5s into the air, that's very interesting on what that could do to her in regards. But it looks like there is a scene where she does hold his hand. I thought they were going to go in for a kiss, but she holds his hands and then she hugs him. So there is going to be a love story there. They show Superman saving a kid. So a lot of things are going to be going on in the city, which I'm always happy to see Superman fights in the city. The one thing I loved about Man of Steel was them fighting in a small town, but they went to the city part of it where they're in IHOP. They go to, they're fighting in a bank. I love to see that. If it's not Metropolis, let's at least fight in a populated area to show that Superman has to save people while also thinking about stopping the bad guy. There's a moment where they show Jonathan Kent. I couldn't see the actor who plays Jonathan Kent, his dad. It looks like the guy who plays Kingpin in Daredevil. It looks like him, but it might not have been him. It could be a whole different actor, but they definitely showed Jonathan Kent and Clark Kent hugging him. And speaking of Clark Kent, speaking of Christopher Reeves, man, if y'all haven't seen the documentary that came out in September called Superman, 2 different words, Superman. It shows the story of Christopher Reeves. Man, it's just such a heartbreaking story, man. It's like you have to watch it because it's not only heartbreaking, but it's also inspirational. And if you didn't know the story of what happened to Christopher Reeves, of course, he played Superman for 4 movies, Superman 1 through 4, which was from 1978 through 1987. But he played Superman 4 times. And then he fell off a horse in 1995 while he was trying to compete. And he broke his neck, spinal, hit his head, broke his neck. They actually pronounced him dead a few times, but they actually ended up saving him. But he was paralyzed from the neck down and had to be on a ventilator machine breathing. He couldn't breathe on his own. And it's just, just a heartbreaking but also heartwarming story about his whole life. And kind of, what took place after that. So definitely go watch Superman if you can. If you can find it, I don't know where it's at, but definitely go watch it. But other than that, no, it was a great trailer, man. It didn't get me excited. Like I said, James Gunn had went on record to say that Nicholas Hoult is the bad guy. So Lex Luthor is the bad guy. There is no other bad guys or main villains, but you will see other people in the movie. I don't know what they'll do with that as far as him. I don't know if James Gunn is just doing a misdirect or he's actually saying that, no, there are other people in this movie, but he is the only bad guy. So we'll see. Again, I thought the trailer might end with something more, what is it, climactic or something that shows something that is like a big asteroid coming to Earth or, Brainiac coming down or something happening to where like, oh, you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch it. But him just holding Lois Lane and then, of course, flying into the air. And, of course, the catchphrase, look up, is good. But, again, I'm expecting more because this is supposed to kick off the new DC universe. So I will give it this. The actor who plays Superman, he does look the part when it comes to Clark Kent and when it comes to playing Superman. The suit, not really sold on the suit yet, but hopefully that'll change when I watch the movie and go from there. But, yeah, man, it's a new Superman trailer, so I just wanted to get you guys' take on it and go from there. But, yeah, let's get together. Let's watch it together. Let's cheer together, man. We're going back to the movies July 11th. My birthday is a couple of weeks after that, so I'm excited for a great July. Hopefully it'll be a great year, 2025, some great movies coming out. More excited for Avengers now, though, as far as seeing Fantastic Four. Then let's get to the Avengers, man. So with that being said, let's go, man. You already know what it is, man. Hit the subscribe button, man. We're going to get to it.